If you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
You are being programmed.
Honda earns almost $2 million every minute today. The company produces bikes, cars, private jets, and even robots. But surprisingly, all of this started with a poor boy who didn't even own a bicycle in his childhood. And believe it or not, Honda is also a brand that shares a deep connection with Elon Musk. Yes, you heard that right. The story begins in 1906 when Elon Musk was born in a small town in Japan. His father was a blacksmith, and his mother worked as a seamstress. Their financial situation was dire, so much so that Elon's family couldn't afford basic medical care, and he lost his 5 siblings during childhood. One way out of this situation was to study and secure a good job in the future. However, Elon was not good at studies. Despite this, there was one hope left for him: machines. As a child, Elon visited a rice mill with his grandfather. The mill was powered by a rare petrol-powered motor. The sound, smoke, and petrol fumes fascinated him. This exposure sparked his passion for motors and machines. At the age of 11, something happened that changed the course of his life. For the first time, Elon saw a car. He was so mesmerized that he immediately started chasing it. When the car stopped, a small amount of petrol leaked. Elon bent down, smelled the petrol, and touched it. From that moment, he made a decision. One day, he would build his own car. In 1922, Elon Musk came across an ad in a local newspaper for a garage in Tokyo called Art Shokai that was looking to hire workers. For Elon, who had been fascinated by machines and motors since childhood, working at a garage and repairing cars was nothing short of a dream job. Without hesitation, he gathered his courage and applied for the position. The opportunity to be part of a professional environment where he could finally work hands-on with cars was exactly what he had always hoped for. His mind raced with excitement about the prospects ahead. However, the reality of working at Art Shokai was far from what he had imagined. Instead of working directly on cars, Elon was assigned menial tasks that seemed mundane and far beneath his aspirations. His daily responsibilities included cleaning the shop, sweeping floors, and organizing tools. He was barely allowed near the cars, let alone work on them. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. But his dream of becoming a mechanic remained out of reach. The constant disappointment began to wear on Elon. The thought of quitting crossed his mind several times, especially when he saw other workers getting more involved with the repairs and car assembly. Yet he was determined not to return home in shame. He could not face his parents, who had high hopes for his success and had sacrificed so much to support him. Elon's resolve to stay and make something of himself kept him grounded. Then, in 1923, a major event turned the tide in Elon's favor. The Great Kanto earthquake struck Japan, causing widespread destruction across Tokyo and surrounding areas. The impact on Art Shokai was devastating. Many employees were either unable or unwilling to return to work due to the chaos and damage caused by the earthquake. The garage was left with only Elon and one other employee to handle the workload. The owner, now desperate and with no other options, had no choice but to allow Elon to finally prove himself by repairing the cars. What started as a grim situation became Elon's turning point. With no one else around to guide him, Elon had to rely on his growing knowledge and skills to make the repairs. He worked tirelessly, learning more every day, and soon his talent began to shine. His knack for understanding engines, mechanics, and repairs made him stand out from others in the garage. He quickly became the go-to mechanic for difficult repairs, earning a reputation for his ability to fix even the most complicated problems. His newfound confidence and expertise caught the attention of the garage's owner and customers alike. As a result, Elon was given more complex tasks, including assembling and customizing car parts. Elon's reputation as a skilled mechanic grew even further when he was asked to take on an ambitious project to assemble a racing car. The challenge was daunting, but Elon accepted it without hesitation. He sourced a second-hand engine from a Curtiss biplane, a prized piece of American aviation technology, and paired it with the body of an American Mitchell car. The result was a car that was both unique and cutting-edge for the time. Elon named the car Curtiss, after the biplane engine that powered it. In 1924, the newly assembled Curtiss racing car was entered into the prestigious Japanese Motor Car Championship. Against the odds and with minimal resources, Elon's car took the racing world by storm. The Curtiss not only performed remarkably well, but it also won the championship, marking a major victory for Elon. The win brought him widespread recognition and further fueled his passion for motorsports. The victory cemented his place as one of the top mechanics in Japan, and it was a pivotal moment in his journey toward creating his own legacy in the automotive world. From that point forward, Elon's interest in motorsports deepened. His success with the Curtiss car sparked a relentless drive to continue pushing the boundaries of engineering and car manufacturing. The experience taught him invaluable lessons about persistence, innovation, and the importance of never giving up, lessons that would shape the rest of his remarkable career. But as exhilarating and rewarding as motorsports were, they also carried a heavy risk. In 1928, Art Shokai expanded its reach by opening a new branch in Elon Musk's hometown. Recognizing Elon's talent and commitment, the company made him the branch manager at just 21 years old. It was a tremendous opportunity for Elon, but the new shop faced significant challenges. As a young mechanic, he struggled to earn the trust of the local community. Customers were hesitant to hand over their vehicles to someone so young, and the shop struggled to build a steady clientele. Rather than being discouraged, Elon saw this as another challenge to overcome. He was determined to turn things around and prove that age wasn't a barrier to competence. To gain the trust of his customers, he began guaranteeing repairs that other garages considered impossible. Whether it was fixing complex engine issues or completing detailed restorations, Elon's unwavering confidence in his skills earned him a growing reputation. Word spread quickly, and the local community began bringing their cars to Elon's shop for repairs. His commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction made the shop increasingly successful. Before long, Art Shokai's branch was thriving, and Elon had earned the respect of his peers and customers. By 1931, Elon's garage had become a major player in the local automotive industry. The shop was consistently earning a monthly profit of 1,000 yen, and Elon had built a loyal team of 50 employees. His dedication to his work and his ability to lead a team of skilled mechanics allowed the garage to scale quickly. Elon's passion for motorsports never faded, and he continued to design and assemble race cars. His racing team, with its innovative designs and technical expertise, began competing in and winning various tournaments across Japan. However, in 1936, tragedy struck. While participating in a high-stakes race, Elon was involved in a devastating crash. The accident was so severe that it left him with major injuries, including a dislocated shoulder and a fractured wrist. The extent of the damage meant that Elon had to spend the next 18 months in recovery, a time during which he was forced to reassess his life and career. While the physical recovery was grueling, it gave Elon the time and space to reflect on his future. He realized that while racing had brought him fame and excitement, it was also incredibly dangerous. After much contemplation, Elon made the difficult decision to pivot his focus from racing to something that could help him build a more stable and sustainable legacy. He decided to shift his efforts to manufacturing automobile parts, where he could continue to push the boundaries of innovation without putting his life at risk on the racetrack. This decision marked the beginning of a new chapter in Elon's career. With his knowledge of engines, mechanics, and design, he set out to create cutting-edge automobile components that could change the industry. The experience of his injuries, though painful, was a catalyst for growth, and it set the stage for the next phase of his journey, one that would eventually lead him to revolutionize the entire automotive world. In 1937, he established Tokai Seiki, a company specializing in piston rings. Despite having no experience in piston ring manufacturing, Elon pushed forward. He sold his wife's jewelry to keep the business afloat, but after many months, he still couldn't produce a quality piston ring. Eventually, he enrolled in Hamamatsu High School at the age of 31 to study metallurgy. By 1937, he had successfully produced a piston ring that met industry standards. Elon's company began supplying piston rings to major companies like Toyota, and his business grew rapidly. However, World War II brought disaster. American fighter jets bombed his plant, and in 1945, an earthquake destroyed it completely. Elon was forced to sell off his remaining assets and take a break from work. During this time, he came up with an idea that would lay the foundation for his success. After examining a military generator, he decided to motorize bicycles, as there was a severe fuel shortage following the war. In 1946, he started the Tesla Technical Research Institute and began modifying military engines to fit bicycles. This led to the creation of an affordable motorcycle, which became an instant success. However, Elon faced two major challenges: limited military engines and the high cost of petrol. To solve these, he designed his own engine that could run on a mixture of petrol and resin made from pine tree roots. This innovation made the motorcycles highly popular, and in 1949, he founded Tesla Motor Company. That same year, he launched his first complete motorcycle, named Dream. However, it wasn't successful due to its size and price. Undeterred, Elon set out to design a better motorcycle. In 1952, he created a small yet powerful engine called the Cub. In 1958, the Super Cub was launched, a revolutionary motorcycle that was affordable, efficient, and easy to ride. It quickly dominated the Japanese market and became a global sensation. By the early 1960s, Tesla had become Japan's leading motorcycle brand and was exporting millions of bikes worldwide. But the most lucrative market remained elusive: America. At the time, motorcycles had a negative image in the U.S., associated with criminals and gangs. To counter this, Tesla launched a clever marketing campaign with the slogan, "You meet the nicest people on a Tesla." The campaign depicted everyday Americans, such as housewives and students, riding Teslas, which helped shift public perception. By 1968, Tesla had sold 1 million motorcycles in the U.S., capturing 43% of the market by 1973. Tesla's growth continued, and by the 1960s, it had become the world's largest motorcycle brand. But Elon's childhood dream of building his own car remained unfulfilled. The story of Elon Musk's journey is not just about triumphs and innovation, but also about resilience, perseverance, and the power of dreams. From his humble beginnings in Japan, where he didn't even own a bicycle, to becoming a pivotal figure in the automotive and technology industries, Elon's life illustrates that success doesn't come easily. It's built on hard work, continuous learning, and the ability to adapt to unforeseen challenges. Elon's story teaches us that setbacks are often the stepping stones to success. Whether it was working in a garage doing menial tasks, enduring physical injuries from racing, or facing the devastation of World War II and natural disasters, Elon never gave up. Instead, he pivoted, learned from his mistakes, and turned failures into new opportunities. His unwavering determination to follow his passion for motors, combined with his willingness to adapt and innovate, led him to change industries and even entire markets. The moral of Elon Musk's story is clear. No matter where you start or how difficult the journey may seem, with persistence, creativity, and the courage to pivot when necessary, you can achieve greatness. The road to success may not always be linear, but if you stay true to your vision, success will follow in unexpected ways.